Agency in Motion continuing education series. This is an ongoing education series intended specifically for agents, producers, agency builders, advisors, etc. in the financial services industry. So today, our center of conversation, what we're talking about is how do we win the week? So, day in, day out, those are the rounds. You can look at your weeks as the rounds, but you need to get into a habit of learning how to win the week. So when you win weeks over X period of time, it's going to be very meaningful for your business. On the other hand, if you are not winning the weeks, if you're having these weeks pile up with little nothing happening, it's going to be a real burden for you and your business. And eventually that burden becomes too much to bear and you're just going to drift off and quit. So how do we win the week as entrepreneurs? First of all, we got to challenge ourselves every single day. If every day is a round, we have to win as many rounds as possible. And that means looking at yourself, getting better, and committing to getting better. That means moving beyond your limits and out of your comfort zone. Remember, all the growth that you're looking for, all the rewards that you're looking for, professionally, personally, they're all getting outside of your comfort zone. Remain in the comfort zone. It may feel good, but you're never going to accomplish anything. So challenge yourself every day and then get organized. Organization can be a serious boost to your business or a detriment. If you're unorganized, you're going to have stuff fall through the cracks. You're not going to have an effective, business model that anybody else can follow. So make sure you're getting organized and make sure that you're teaching other people, if you're in the agency build out distribution model, to do the same. And guys, this all starts before the week starts. The answer to a better week is in your Sunday routine. And we've been talking about this for a while, but planning, preparing, and then when you get into the week, actually executing is going to be the way to win the week. So your Sunday routine really needs to kind of encapsulate a couple of different things. Number one, you need to review the last week. What did you win last week? Because reviewing what you won, how you approach that win is going to fuel further successes. It's also going to be a very much a motivating factor for you going into the next week. So identify, write down, review your wins. And then on the other side, you got to mind the gaps. What went wrong with the past week? And how do I use that in reviewing that as an opportunity to mind that gap, fill that gap, whatever it is that you want to call it, to create a better opportunity for better results in the upcoming week. So, review your wins, review your losses, mind the gaps for opportunity for improvement, and then write down actually what you want to accomplish this week. Just like when you're talking to your clients, if your clients have no goals, no motivating factors, they're not trying to get anywhere, they don't really need you to get nowhere. Same thing with your own reflection of the past week and the upcoming week. You've got to have goals that you want to accomplish for the week. If you have no goals for the week, how are you going to know if it was a good week or a bad week? So understand what you're trying to accomplish, write those down, and fixate on them. The more goals you can accomplish for the week, obviously that has a huge positive ripple effect for your overall and longer term goals. Outside the goals, what are the tasks that you're going to complete this week? What are the tasks that you need to complete this week? Once again, you have goals and you have tasks. You have your calendar also, but what are you trying to accomplish this week? And then also when you're writing down those tasks, prioritize them. What are the most important tasks that I need to do this week that are going to lead me to my goals? And just a rule of thumb here, when you're prioritizing your task, those tasks that you probably don't want to do the most are the ones that you need to do the most. So prioritize, get uncomfortable, write down your goals, and attack the work week. But once again, this all starts with Sunday preparation. You need to also have stuff on your calendar. So if there are concrete appointments on your calendar, great. If there's not that many appointments on your calendar, you've got to concentrate and think about Sunday. How am I going to fill up my calendar for this coming week and the weeks beyond? And you need to create deadlines for yourself. Once again, if you give yourself, Elon Musk said this one time, 30 days to clean your room, it's going to take you 30 days. If you give yourself 30 minutes, it's going to take 30 minutes. Give yourself deadlines. Don't give yourself the opportunity to just drift because drifting doesn't accomplish anything. Set intermediate deadlines for yourself. And then understand what you're trying to accomplish in these meetings. So as these meetings are coming on your calendars and you're having people to talk to in different cycles of communication, understand what you're trying to extract from these meetings. Once again, be obsessed with the next action steps as well as the disqualification process. When you're outlining your week, you need to understand, outside of prioritizing what's going to be the most important thing that's going to lead you to your goals, you have to understand also that outlining your week and prioritizing your week, you need to make sure that you concentrate on income producing activities. What do you have planned for the upcoming week that's actually going to produce income or have the opportunity to produce income? Once again, if you have little to no income producing activities on your calendar, on your task, then you can't expect a lot of revenue and income at the end of that week. So what we're trying to do is prepare, plan, and execute. Without, one of those, especially the execution, you're going to fall short. Also, if you want to win the week, hopefully you've got income goals, you've got cash flow goals. Those cash flow and income goals are not measured in longer term, like what I want to make a year or what I want to make over the next few years. You have to understand whatever those goals are, they need to be broken down into what you need to make for that week and then what you need to make for that day. Remember, if you're breaking stuff down, compartmentalizing stuff, setting near-term goals and deadlines, it's going to be a lot easier to reach those longer-term goals. So once again, if your goal is to make $50,000 a year and you're working 50 weeks out of the year, taking 2 weeks off, and you're working 5 days out of the week, you need to average $200 per day. You can see it's a lot easier to make those stair steps to get into the goals, but you have to understand what you're trying to make. You have to reverse engineer that cash flow down to understand what you need to make on any given week or any given day. And that one of the things that will help you is the income calculator. So if you have these longer term goals, whether it's annual, whether it's 3-5 year goals, whatever it is, have an income calculator and reverse engineer that stuff back to understand, hey, what do I need to get done today? It's going to help me reach those longer term goals. Remember, winning the day, winning the week ends up winning the long term. You need to focus on a growth mindset. I know that's kind of a cliche statement, but you need to go into every week with the Sunday preparation, understanding that you're going to be operating from a growth mindset. And really what that means is that your skills, intelligence, your concerns, your effort, your challenges, your feedback, your mistakes, all of these things should be looked at and reviewed from a growth mindset. Can be grown and developed, getting better, the focus on the process. An important part of learning is the effort, the challenges, persevere, work through it, show that grit that's going to get you through it. And then it's feedback, like it, use it, learn from it. And the mistakes, treat them as an opportunity. You're not going to get to your end goals without making mistakes. Some of those mistakes and failures are just stepping stones that are going to lead to success. So operate from a growth mindset and understand and know why you're doing all of this stuff. Yes, we want to help people, whether it's our clients, our partners, but you also want to help yourself. You have your why, you have your goals, know them, write them down, live your vision, and stay accountable. This is not something that you revisit every few months. This is a constant, thing that you revisit and you look at and you kind of understand, and it motivates you. What do you really want? Well, if you're operating your own business, if you're coming from an entrepreneurial mindset, trying to build this, obviously we want time freedom, financial freedom, and lifestyle freedom. But what do you really want? You have to identify your why. Why is it that you're doing this? What is going to motivate you the most, and stick with that. And then visualize your future. Winning the week means understanding what you're trying to accomplish, visualizing it, seeing that end result, just like what we tell our clients, where are you? Who are you with? How does it feel? Same thing for you and your business. Visualize your future with a vision board. And then understand the value. What is it worth to accomplish your goals? What is it worth to accomplish any day's goals, any week's goals, and how the culmination of those over X period of time is going to get you to that end destination you're looking for. So what's it worth? What's the value of the effort that you're putting into it? What are you going to get on the back end? Remember, if you understand the value and if you understand the worth of what you're trying to create for yourself, it's a lot easier to get motivated than just to go into any given day or week without a clear understanding of what you're trying to do and the value of accomplishing that. Invest in your business. You have to invest in your business all the time. Now, if you have, monetary restraints or concerns at this time, maybe it's not a monetary investment. Maybe it's investment in learning. Maybe it's investment in putting more phone time in, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a monetary investment. At some point, you do have to have a monetary investment in your business, but you need to constantly invest in your business day in, day out, week in, week out. If you're going to have something, procrastinating the investments in your business is procrastinating your dreams, procrastinating your future. And just like you're telling your clients, if you're going to drift into an unknown outcome, you're probably not going to want that outcome. You need to make it real. So once again, when reviewing the last week, when preparing for the new week and reviewing your your vision board and your goals and your why and all of this stuff, what stopped you in the past? Why haven't you been accomplishing what you want to accomplish in the past? How will hitting your goals on any given day this coming week or the entire week help change your life? And what are you actually willing to do to make this happen? That all comes down to the key point that everybody has to do, which is execution. You have to build momentum in your business. So if you have a great week, build on that momentum. If you have a great day, build on the backs of that day. On the other side, if you have a bad week or a bad day, kind of reset. You have to create momentum in your business. And the momentum comes from action, energy, progress, and growth. And that means bringing intention and action. It's not just enough to have random activity every day. What are you doing with that action and activity? It's got to have intention. It's got to have some meaning behind it. And then along the way, once again, set near-term goals, set near-term deadlines, and understand as you're going along the targets or objectives, am I hitting these in the near term? If I am, it's a great leading indicator for the long term. However, if I'm not, I need to understand why am I not hitting my targets and objectives and how am I going to change that? You have to be a master at time management. This is one of the biggest things that will help or hurt your business. If you don't understand the value of any given time frame, even from one meeting to the next, if you got 8 to 10 minutes in between that time, you're just going to stare at social media or do whatever, or are you going to get something done in those 8 to 10 minutes? Once again, it's a fight against you and the clock. It's either you run the day or the day runs you. And if you run enough of these days, you start to win. If you continually get in the rut of having the days run you, well, we see what happens. It's not going to be an effective business model. You also need to learn, if you're going to win the weeks and win this game, you need to work smarter, not harder. And that means doing things like turning everyday routine activities into games. You're just going to sit in your chair for 8-10 hours and work this business, then that's going to be problematic. You're not going to have the energy, you're not going to have the activity or the intention that we're talking about. Break the day up into smaller units to avoid burnout. Go at it hard with intention, activity, energy, intensity, and then take a small break. Come back. Once again, you're trying to win as many rounds as possible. Break that day up. Remember, 1 hour at a time allows you to create attention, focus, energy, intensity, and execution. So, break things down into smaller units, measure on those smaller units. It's far easier to improve both the short and the long term if you know what's happening at any given time frame. And then set continuous deadlines and goals like we're talking about. That creates intensity, that creates energy in that moment. And then reward yourself. Rewarding yourself more often creates excitement in your business, which carries over to more of the day, more of the week, and allows us to create that business model that's going to get us success. Also, another thing we need to be mindful of is not to waste our time. If we have an activity that can be accomplished, look at these. If we have 5 calls on here, well, we just need to relay information over, and those calls take a total of 10 minutes, or we get on there and we just start kind of like a dog chasing its tail, just start talking, and those same 5 calls take 71 minutes. You can see the difference in how this starts to pile up. Be mindful of your day, be mindful of your time, and make sure you respect your own time. Always, 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 guys, be thinking expansion. If you're not expanding, you're contracting. So you always want to think expansion in your business. You are a business owner. You are an entrepreneur. Think expansion. And that means constantly, every single day, building the audience, engaging the audience, and then at the right time for the right percentage of that audience, sell to them. Marketing, sales, and management. That's really the trifold of, financial services business. You need marketing, you need sales, and you need management. If you're building agencies, you need to be a student of this, constantly learning. And that goes back to, if you want to win the day, you want to win the week, you want a successful business model, and you're out there looking for great partners to bring in, you need to start by being the person that you want to hire. So part of winning the week means going in there, hey, if I was going to make the perfect hire, who would that person be? And then mimic those checklists or those bullet points and be that person. If you are that person, it will attract the same type of people into your business. Winning the week means that you are not a silent agent. You got to be seen and you got to be heard. You got to be proud of what you do, knowing that it's fixing problems, knowing that it's creating solutions for people. And then go out there in your persona and constantly, day in, day out, week in, week out, be heard and seen. That means starting conversations. This is all about the art of opening, continuing, and directing conversations within your persona. Then also, you need aids. You need something to help you along the way. You need to create a business toolbox. Your online business toolbox is going to be so important because that creates more efficiency. That can help you with automation. That can help you on the digital side. There's a bunch of tools in the toolbox. Imagine like, a carpenter with no tools. It's kind of ludicrous. Same thing here. If you've got no tools in your toolbox, it's going to be hard for you to build a successful business and teach other people how to do it. You've got to get on the phone. Guys, if you get through a whole week and you've had little to no phone time, your business is going to pay a serious price. So fear of the phone is a real thing, and we all experience it from one time to another. You're not alone if you have fear of the phone. Many have gone before you, and many have learned that the best way to conquer this problem is to actually get on the phone. Just get your calls in, get your dials in, get your conversations in. And then what you're going to find is, just like anything else you try to develop as a skill, the more you do it, the better you get. And then before you know it, you don't have the fear because you're confident in your abilities and you've put in the time to get that confidence up. One of the things that can also help you win, any given day or week, if you're out there talking to people and you're putting people as contacts, don't just have, thousands of contacts. Identify that contact. Who is this person? Where did they come from? A marketing campaign? Did I meet them at a convention or whatever it might be? Make sure that you use special abbreviations or suffixes for easy identifications for contacts. So as you're going back and reviewing those, it's not lost in thought. You're not forgetting where you met this person or what the conversation was all about. Make things easier on yourself, because in this day and time, our attention span is less than a goldfish. So you have to make sure that you're giving yourself the proper reminders that will help you bridge into those additional conversations in the future. And then you need to win the week by understanding how to increase your pipeline. Remember, we've talked about this time and time and time before, but if you're out there talking to people, the bottom of that pyramid is important, because that rapport, trust, credibility allows the conversation to go forward. If you build the rapport, trust, and credibility, get the other side talking. They're going to give you information when they're talking. That's going to uncover a problem that you probably and possibly have a solution for, where you can introduce an action step. If you reverse engineer and dissect all of this backward, the components of this pyramid equal mastery of increasing the flow of your pipeline. This is all you're trying to do. You're trying to create awareness, interest, decisions, and action steps. So you have a factory-like pipeline, and you need to make sure that you are managing your pipeline effectively week in and week out to make sure there's enough coming in, there's enough outcomes coming out the backside to create a business model that's going to be self-sustaining for you and something that you can teach other people. When you get to your online meetings, you need to make sure, if you've done all the work, if you've created the leads and you got that general interest and a more specific interest, when you get down to your online meetings, you need to be a master of your presentations. Presenting the presentations, this could be the 1,000th one you've done, but it's the first time that that person on the other side has seen it. You need to come in with energy, intensity, excitement, all the things we talk about. If you've done all the work and then you blow the online meeting, well, all that upfront work is kind of wasted. And then understand that in any given week, it doesn't matter where the leads come from. You need to have multiple legs of your marketing stool, but understanding that if you do a good job and you're out there with legitimate solutions, solving people's problem, whether it comes from the cold market, common market, social media market, it can all fuel warm market lead generation. So understand how everything fuels everything and go out and attack multiple marketplaces. And then be focused, stick to the plan. Don't stay focused. If you have a bad day, don't just start to disrupt everything and change everything. Make sure that you're making data-driven decisions, making small changes at a time, but stick to the plan and stay focused, because execution is going to be the make or break. So you have your strategy, and then you have your anticipated success. The bridge between strategy and success is going to be the execution. You have the greatest plan of action, the preparation, you don't execute, it's worthless. And then bring your attitude every single day. We're just kind of talking about this with the presentation, but overall, no matter if it's managing, marketing, sales, whatever part of your business, the attitude is the ticket to success. So inside execution, you also need the right attitude. Your attitude is your choice. Are you going to be energetic, caring, creative? Or are you going to be angry, disinterested, or bitter? It's up to you. And the marketplace is definitely going to have a reaction to your attitude, good or bad. And then keep moving forward, no matter what's going on. Like we talked about earlier, if you had a bad day or a bad week, reset. You have a good day or a good week, build on that momentum. But no matter if it's good or bad, keep moving forward. And you need to stay committed, stay determined, and stay focused. Don't drift just because it's a Wednesday. Don't have a bad attitude just because it's a Monday. Make sure that you're understanding that each day is a round. Stay committed, stay determined, stay focused, win as many rounds as possible, because failure is going to happen. You need to expect it, embrace it. You need to excel beyond it. If you think you're going to come in as an entrepreneur or a business owner and never experience failure, or if failure is just going to break you down, your chance of being successful in this business is near zero. And then finally, you need to make sure that you understand procrastination is going to kill your business. If you think everything can wait until tomorrow, your business will suffer today, tomorrow, and for a lot of tomorrows to come. Just doing it tomorrow, you can see it's kind of a play on the Jordan logo. Procrastination is going to be something that kills your business. So if it's on your mind, if it's important to your business, do it, and do it right now. And then finally, level up, guys. If your business is not to the point that you need it to be, you need to take a look, inward and figure out what's going on. If the business is working and there's other people around you that are finding success, you just need to fix yourself. And really that comes from leveling up. Understand what I'm doing well, understanding what I'm not doing well, and fixing myself so I can go forward and have a chance at success. Agency in Motion, continuing education series on building, operating, and managing agencies in the 21st century.